actually extract some of those edges from that surface and then change this part up here a little bit. So let's go back into here. We're going to hide that surface. So what I would do for that is the skinning functions can actually do a pretty good job of making a surface. So if I leave this out, which is the one that really messes with doing the whole thing, what I'll do is get a sharp point come up to here. So if I go to surface 4 edges here, and I go this edge, and then I leave that out, I do this edge here and this edge here, what I'll do is I'll get a nice surface in there, really blended and smooth. I like that one better now, you know, whether that's what your purposes are, but this is to show you how you know, you can change these points in here to fix your cylinders, to change volume or have different angles or something, but it might entail creating some different geometry and just doing more skinning functions. So with that now, I actually have to fix this fillet though, because these to make all the edges come in tangent a bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this layer here active, and I'm going to extract the edges from that new surface. And then let's send this off to, we need to get that out of the way for a second. Now what I can do is create, well, let's see, I need to get rid of these. And now I have these new points. Now that point is at the same height as these and everything because that surface was created that way. But I need to be able to get something to get in between there so I can continue my skin through here into that edge there. So what I'm going to do is use the spline interpolated, and I'm going to get these snap points here. There's 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to use those right there. Now, what I want to do is break that with those center points there. So break entity. Okay, and now let's get rid of these on the side now, because we're going to not use those at this point for the alternate method. And then I want to make these a nice rounded corner, so let's arc fillet, and let's give it a 0.45. There's one. There's one, and yeah, that looks pretty good. You know, that's a nice blended edge there and everything. And now what I can do is, since I have that surface there, I would just change these two that I'd created earlier. So I'll do another 4 edge, or I could even do a skin here, because this is a nice skin area. I can show you the skin since we were doing the 4 edge before. So skin is just like the picture shows. There's 1, there's 2, here's 3, and here's 4, and there's a surface there. And then same thing over here. Oh, mispicked. I think the space bar actually cancels just that recent last command there, but I haven't quite got the hang of that one yet. So there we go. And so now let's send those to my temporary one there. And we can look at it. And then what that is it gave me that it's a nice alternate surface. Now, I'm quite not sure about the tangency between these two. I'd have to really analyze it and see if that's going to work for my application. If there's a little to do it there, then that's not going to be what we want to do there. I might have to create some different curves to get a nice curvature in there. But you know, that's a little different than this surface that has that beam through there. So I'll just well, let me see. So now what I want to do is turn that into a solid. And the easiest way to do that is going to be to get back to my CAD. Let's see. Let's find out what's the depth of that. It's 0.67 high, and it's minus 3719 down. 3719 down. How about 0.4? So let's make it, we can just take that down a bit. So what I can do is select the whole thing, go to the front view, select all those, and then, oh, I need my my temp curve that I had in there. And let's extrude that curve down, and I selected it first. 0.67. Okay, I'm a failure. Let's see what happens when you drink too much beer at the end of the day. Okay. Entity summary. It's the 0.67, and the number is 0.4. Is that's the number I want. So let's deselect all those. I'm gonna Windows select the whole thing. Let's extrude curve. Minus. Okay. Still didn't select right, so let's do that. Let's do that again. I always get confused with that. And so, oh, I don't want caps on it. There we go. Now that's what I want. And then here too, again on my, I better finish this up. Everybody's getting bored. Stop talking, right? Here I go again. left you with pausing with an error on planaring this circle when I was trying to make a solid. So instead of, I wanted to spare the lengthy, who knows what it could have been. But anyway, what I found was, looking over the model, I found this area right here that, as you can see, these surfaces don't match. There's a little gap in there. And I don't know if you remember when I was actually modeling it, I had a little problem there with point picking, and I kind of just blazed by it because I thought I was in too much of a hurry. So anyway, we need to fix that so the model is proper. And so I thought this was a good thing to do here, because these are things we have to do when we're modeling, right? So I'm going to unstitch surfaces from model and get rid of those two bad surfaces, and then I show you the command that we use to fix that up. So here's my edges, and what we can look at is come down in and zoom in and notice that there's that little thing that created a problem in my surface. And even if you pick that tiny little thing, it actually creates wiggles in it, because then your structure isn't quite uniform and symmetrical. So Bobcat has a cool command. It's called fit arcs here, and there's a tolerance setting. And what will happen is if I select this and I select both of these, it actually fits them, and now it's basically just one solid arc that will make a nice good surface. So now I'll go back and make my edges again to formulate my solid. There's that one. Yeah, and that'll be there's a nice seam there. We like nice seams. Anyway, it's okay, send that to the surfaces. And then also, now my planar should work on that, and then we can use that to stitch our solid together. So go ahead and planar. And poof, there's a planar. There's one more. I'll make you suffer through this part. We'll send those off to the surface. And then let's show our surfaces. And I think I made the bottom one. I don't know if I showed you, but basically I think I showed you in the other video extruding that down, and then I just extracted that bottom edge and planar'd it. And now I like to hide my curves when I do stitching, but we'll stitch all this into a surface, into a solid. Stitch surfaces to solid. There we go. And then just to make it look pretty, we'll fillet the bottom. We hope. Right? There we go. Okay, so I'll post this model up for you, and that was your demo. Okay, thanks. Talk to you later.